With the whole Eat the Rich movement, how does the Met Gala not get more hate? I think the Eat the Rich movement was about the billionaires who exploit the workers to increase their wealth while paying peanuts. The Met Gala tends to be celebritous musicians who provide entertainment. These aren't the rich people who own you, just the ones that create stuff for you to consume. The Met Gala raises a significant amount of money that goes towards the Metropolitan Museum of Art's Costume Institute. This means more fashion exhibits, acquisitions of clothing for the museum's collection, and educational programs about fashion history and its cultural impact. Without all the pomp and circumstance, it wouldn't raise nearly enough attention and therefore money. It's a net positive really, although I personally find it a bit cringe. But fundraising is fundraising even if the people doing it are wearing silly hats. The Met Gala isn't exactly just a party for rich people to flex their wealth. You don't just buy a ticket and go. You need to be invited by Anna Wintour because of your relevance to society, and you are given an outfit to wear with some room for additions. It's more a showing of fashion as an art form than it is a straight-up showing of wealth. Because it's technically a charity event, so it's hard to criticize. If you really had looked at their financial statement and invested just a little bit of time, you would have seen that their profit from operating activities was $6 million in 2022 and they had a deficit of $15 million in 2023. Their increase of assets means little, because any acquisition of art or donation will increase their assets, but that does not necessarily mean the museum got richer. Or do you rather want famous artworks to be in the basement of some collector for the public to never see them? From a brief look at their FS, it does not look like they are a money printing machine. But of course, to fully understand that, you'd need to properly reclassify their balance sheet and income statement. At first glance, it looks like their profits are sustainable, not overly excessive. Do you want to cut out this charity event because you're jealous a company which is dedicated to the preservation of arts and culture is making a profit? Or what exactly is your problem? It's a charity fundraiser. There is no Eat the Rich movement. It's a charity event. It's also a pretty minor flex, it's basically harmless, and it's mildly interesting to look at the day after for the artistic value and then forget it exists for another year. It isn't like private jet use or something where there's measurable harm done while benefiting no one or nothing. It's just rich people going to a party. Who cares? Also, as long as I can remember, people have actually been flailing in rage that rich people have been wearing impractical, but artistically significant outfits to a party that hurts no one while worshipping the ground that more deserving rich people walk on for self-serving purposes, as long as they dress like they live in a gutter. So it's honestly kind of weird to see people boohooing about it like it's never been criticized. It's become a fun event for people to watch. People love fashion. I don't even know what the Met Gala is. Also, Eat the Rich is not a movement outside of Reddit. The whole Eat the Rich thing is kind of immature. Being rich or even flexing isn't bad if you got that wealth in a reasonably ethical way. I just don't see that ideology as being practical to encourage progress. All it's gonna do is alienate and set people apart even further. I think mostly people just ignore it. I'd hardly call a bunch of NEET and others who can't manage basic adulting complaining online a movement, but the answer is entertainment. People like to be entertained, and those that entertain them don't draw the typical impotent outrage that the rest of the high-achieving people do. I have a bra science theory. People who say Eat the Rich on the internet are NEETs who live in their parents' comfy suburban homes. Eat the Rich movement? Never heard of it. There are actually people trying to protest it right now, and the Met Gala has always received hate so. Because Reddit hypocrisy. Because AOC went and they don't cross her. It's a bit of a mixed bag. While the Met Gala does showcase extreme wealth, it also celebrates fashion, art, and creativity. Some see it as an opportunity to appreciate these aspects rather than solely focusing on wealth disparity.